In the quiet, windswept plains of late 19th century Kansas, there stood a seemingly ordinary homestead. It belonged to the Bender family, a strange, reclusive group of German immigrants. There was Pa and Ma Bender, their son John Jr., and their daughter Kate. They ran a small inn and general store out of their one-room wooden cabin, a welcome sight for weary travelers crossing the vast, empty landscape. But this was no ordinary inn. It was a place where guests checked in, but often never checked out. The Bender's cabin was strategically placed along the Great Osage Trail, a busy route for people heading west. Travelers would stop for a meal, a night's rest, or to buy supplies. The Benders, especially the charismatic Kate, were known to be welcoming. Kate claimed to be a psychic and a spiritual healer, drawing in curious and unsuspecting visitors with promises of communicating with the dead or curing their ailments. Guests would be offered a seat of honor at the dinner table, a special chair positioned right over a hidden trapdoor. The wall behind this chair was covered by a large canvas curtain. As the unsuspecting guest enjoyed their meal, one of the Bender men, usually Pa or John Jr., would sneak up behind the curtain. With a swift, brutal blow from a heavy hammer, the guest would be struck on the head. Their body then dropped through the trapdoor into a dark, dirt-floored cellar below. Down there, if they weren't already dead, their throats would be slit to finish the job. Then, they were stripped of all their valuables. For about 2 years, from 1871 to 1873, people traveling through the area began to vanish without a trace. A man looking for his lost brother, Dr. William York, was one of the last known victims. His disappearance was the final straw. Dr. York was a prominent man, and his influential brothers, including a Kansas state senator, launched a massive search. Suspicion soon fell upon the isolated Bender family. Neighbors had always found them odd. They spoke little English, kept to themselves, and their daughter Kate's spiritualist practices raised eyebrows. When a local meeting was called to organize a search party for the missing travelers, Pa and John Jr. Bender attended, but their behavior was strange and evasive. A few days later, a neighbor noticed the Bender's livestock was unfed and wandering aimlessly. Upon investigating, he found the cabin completely abandoned. Inside, a foul stench hung in the air. The place was eerily empty. The search party, now led by Senator York's brother, Colonel Alexander York, arrived and began a thorough search of the property. They discovered the trapdoor beneath the seat of honor. Prying it open, they found the cellar, caked in dried blood. The smell was overpowering. The real horror, however, was found outside. The searchers began probing the soft earth of the Bender's vegetable garden and apple orchard. One by one, they started unearthing bodies. The first was Dr. William York, buried in a shallow grave. Over the next few days, they found more and more. At least 11 bodies were discovered, including a man and his young daughter, who was found with her legs broken to fit into the grave. The victims had all been bludgeoned with a hammer and had their throats cut. The entire community was gripped by terror and rage. A massive manhunt was launched for the bloody Benders. As the newspapers quickly dubbed them, posses scoured the countryside. Their abandoned wagon was found a few miles away, with some food and clothing left behind, suggesting they had split up and fled in a hurry. But after that, the trail went cold. The Benders seemed to have vanished from the face of the earth, just like their victims. What happened to them remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. Did they escape and start a new life under different names? Were they caught and killed by vigilantes who never reported it? Theories have swirled for over a century. Some claim to have seen them in Texas or New Mexico. One story suggests they were caught by a posse and subjected to frontier justice right then and there. Another rumor claimed that a group of men tracked them down and, in a fit of rage, killed them and threw their bodies into the Verdigris River. In the years that followed, several women came forward, claiming to be Kate Bender, and a couple of men were arrested on suspicion of being John Jr. But none of the claims or arrests could ever be proven. The true fate of the Bender family is lost. 2. The site of their cabin became a morbid tourist attraction. People flocked to see the Devil's Orchard and the murder cellar, taking souvenirs like bloodstained bricks and pieces of the cabin's wood. Today, nothing remains of the original cabin, and the land is privately owned. But the chilling story of America's first family of serial killers lives, and a dark chapter in the history of the American frontier. It's a terrifying reminder that sometimes the greatest monsters aren't hiding in the shadows, but are smiling right at you, inviting you in for dinner. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think happened to the Benders? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you found this story as chillingly fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more dives into history's darkest mysteries. See you next time.